number 2. That's right, folks. You got the American Adversaries Drive Time Prime Time Show coming to you live on FM 105.5 and AM 660. The Answer from the Mercury Free Broadcasting Studios. Don't forget, for the very best in Mercury Free General Dentistry and Health-Centered Dentistry, call my dentist, the author of the book Mercury Free, Dr. James E. Hardy, at 407-678-3399. He will fix you up good and fast. All right, speaking of good and fast, let's give some tickets away. We got 2 tickets to give away to the Taste of Apopka, which is tomorrow night. And
we don't have any lines open.
What's that? We don't. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, we'll have to take some calls first. All right, until we open up some lines. So I'm sorry. We'll have to just wait on that just a few moments. I am Christopher Hart, along with Mike McBath. We got Lucas Lucas Barris, who has us up on the Pariscope on YouTube. Please, once again, tell them how they can take advantage of that.
Go to youtube.com. Type in the search bar, Adversaries TV. That's one word. You'll find our channel. If you click on there, you're going to see 3 new videos. We're going to have a 4th one up here in a second. And going in descending order, you should see the pizza contest.
Hey, Chris, I'm telling you, though, with Star Wars coming out, you're going to be big with that thing on your head, though.
I think I'm R2.
I still think of Star Wars with him walking around. I'm going, what's wrong with this guy? You know?
That's the Periscope.
I haven't made beeping noise yet. That's all I said.
I thought it was a pervert scope or something.
All right, yeah. No, that's when he puts it on the toe of his shoe.
Yeah.
No, we got Nicholas Cicero pointing straight up.
Oh, I know. We've seen him in action, right?
We got Nicholas Cicero on the bridge. 407-774-8255 is the number. Don't call yet for the tickets. Anyway, we have the phone lines jammed up real quick. Our Dancing Queen president was in Manila today, basically a repeat performance of his lousy performance in Turkey. And the interesting thing is, so many of the liberal news media outlets and news media types are calling him out on this.
I'm surprised how fired up some of these liberals are. You know, you saw the other day in the press conference, I mean, that guy was visibly upset. First time I've ever seen a liberal reporter show any great emotion, which was great. I loved it.
It's about long overdue.
Like 7 years, right?
All right, and then we were having a conversation about Islam and these refugees, and there's no way to vet these refugees. And the House of Representatives, the leadership is trying to come up with what I call a Band-Aid bill to make it look like they're going to do something by extending the vetting process. How can you extend a process when you really have nothing to work with? You can take 10 years, but if you have no real records to work with, you have nothing to vet. This is nonsense. You put an end to it, or you just deal with it. All right, let's go see what Stanley has to say. Stanley, thank you for holding through the break there. We really appreciate that.
Sure, Chris. Agree with you 100%. Paul Ryan should simply not provide the funding for this and finally exercise the power of the Congress and take it to the wall, as you said, whatever it takes. As far as this Islam thing, Islamism is the new Nazism. Like Nazism, it needs to be totally obliterated. Like Germany, even after the war, it was denazified and people were arrested. And we stopped by nuking Raqqa, and then if that doesn't give him the hint, Mecca, Medina, and remind him Muhammad was a pedophile. Aisha, his wife, was engaged. He engaged her at age 6, married her at age 9. The Banu Z tribe of the Israelis was dominant in Medina. He committed one of the first genocides in world history by slaughtering every man, woman, and child. And any holdouts to this problem with the getting rid of Muslims, the Islamism, take them to Guantanamo, make sure they keep hydrated, waterboard them 3 times a day.
All right. Thank you, Stanley. Appreciate you call out there. But he does bring up definitely a point, and that is, and this is something that I've talked about on the show most recently yesterday, and that Islam is not a religion in the sense that we understand religions. Islam is far more than that. Islam seeks to control every facet of life, every facet of everyone's life. It would be the total theocratic form of government, and it would be a total dictatorship, and the tenets of it are already there for everyone to see, Sharia law and the like. And it is, and what they are doing is they're using our religious protections to protect an ideology. And I would have to agree with Stanley and Mike, who called earlier, an evil ideology. Any teaching that takes God and uses God as a motivation to kill innocent people, that is the devil hard at work. Let's see what Al thinks about it. Al, thank you for calling. We appreciate you holding as well.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Love the show as usual.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Al.
Sorry, I missed the peeping contest. I did see some of the videos on YouTube, though, so tell him he has at least one viewer out here, brother.
All right, we appreciate that.
Al, did they look like they were stuffed and everything, all the contestants?
Yeah, definitely full. I saw the Pred heads.
Oh, that's right. See Reggie with his act?
Oh, yeah, Reg was in it. And by the way, folks, you can see that, of course, at our YouTube channel, Adversaries TV. And we also have a lot of still photographs that you can see. Go to Facebook and AM660, The Answer on Facebook.
Well, we might have a place for Al at the next one, though, because you remember it's not going to be all you can eat. We got a special context, Al, coming up. So.
We got a twist in it. Anyway, go ahead, Al.
Obviously, Mike's never gotten a good look at Al, so there's no problem, Mike. I'd like to play devil's advocate with Chris a little bit. I heard you getting fired up, and I totally understand where you're coming from. And you know, if you're a general in the Army, I'm following you for sure. But what I'm saying is that I think that the Muslims are doing it. I think that they are coming into our culture perfectly with what we want. We want everyone on food stamps. We want everybody to be on welfare. If you look at the statistic now, they're already getting close to those same numbers. So I would say that the Muslims are exactly the people that they want in this country.
Well, yeah,
they're exactly what the Democrats want, because we run our debt. Our debit goes higher and higher and higher.
It's the.
You're right, Al. You're right.
It's the. Oh, gosh, what's that author? I want to think of his name real quick. The guy that...
Saul Alinsky.
Saul Alinsky. It's the Saul Alinsky method of bringing the country down. The liberals are using the same tactic as the Muslims in this sense. In other words, you get as many people on the dole as possible to bankrupt the country.
Stretch America.
Make it impossible to have a military. If we stay on this path, if we don't balance the budget and begin to pay the debt down, the interest on the debt will soon surpass the money that we would have to spend on. In other words, it will sop up all the money that we spend on the military.
But isn't it amazing?
We will have no money to spend on the military.
Chris, no one in the last few days talks about money when it involves this issue. Money is a major, major factor.
Except
Donald
Trump.
It's not really. I don't think money's a big deal when you can get a check from Fat Joe at the Federal Reserve anytime you want, man. You forget about that too? You forgot about that, Mike?
Well, they're threatening now. You know, they're going to raise. I think they are going to bump the rates here on the 16th. So
they are not going to bump.
I mean, I would think not, but the way things have acted, we'll see. You know.
God bless you guys. I love the show, man. And
thank you.
Well, thanks for calling in all the time.
Thank you,
Al. All right, guys. Love you guys, man.
Appreciate you being out there. Okay, we got another caller on the line. That would be Mike. Mike, what is your solution for the president?
Well, I just want to put it in perspective. When he talks about ISIS is winning the recruiting war, or that we're the reason for ISIS growing so big.
Right, yeah, blame America crowd, yep.
Well, I want to put it in terms that he can understand. It's a sports term. That is, people love winners. And right now, ISIS is winning, not his policies. So therefore, ISIS is pulling in all of the people who want to be on the winning side.
You're absolutely right, and that is a great deal of the allure of this, and it also strengthens those who are already in the fight. It gives them, you know, Allah's will is being done. We are defeating the great evil power. Look at how weak they are, how they cower in front of the lion, and all of this nonsense.
Chris, but when to me, it looks
like he feeds right into that, Mike.
They recruit all these losers, and they give them a sense of value. You know, it's false value.
And as he's saying, a sense of accomplishment.
That's what I'm saying. Value, accomplishment. That's
and who are they beating? The biggest, baddest of all, right? And so you're absolutely right. He is providing the biggest recruiting tool of all, and far surpassing Abu Ghraib, Guantanamo Bay, and everything else combined. Because anytime you show weakness, the people who are borderline evil or bad, they are going to get on the bandwagon of the bad guys and ride it out. And that's where we're at right now. Mike, great call. We appreciate you being out there. All right, we got some phone lines open now. We're going to have Usama Dakdock in the next segment, so why don't we go ahead and give away these couple of tickets to the Taste of Apopka. You'll have to pick them up at the station, but the good news is we're right down the street from Highland Manor, which is where Taste of Apopka will be. So if you want a ticket, call right now. 407-774-8255. We'll take the second and the fifth callers. All right, so you can either go alone or perhaps pick up a ticket for your spouse or loved one.
Or you call one line and the other cell phone can be your loved one.
If you can coordinate it that fast, second and fifth callers. If you can work that out.
Innovative individual in this.
More power to you. All right, call right now and you'll get those tickets to Taste of Apopka. These are $35 tickets, and you can go to, if you don't get a ticket and you want to go to apopkachamber.org. That's apopkachamber.org. Or if you show up early enough tomorrow, I'm sure you'll be able to get a ticket at the door there.